Welcome back to Square Off. Last January, Republican U.S. Senate candidate Kari Lake declared she's always been truthful in everything she said about this rigged election. Last week, Lake's legal maneuver in a defamation lawsuit tells us she hasn't been truthful, and apparently she knows it. Joining us is attorney Tom Ryan. He has been involved in high-profile cases involving elected officials, but Tom's here today because he's very good at explaining the law, in particular the unusual motion Kari Lake's lawyers made last week in that defamation lawsuit. Welcome back to Square Off. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Start at the beginning, because a lot of folks were confused, especially journalists, about what this default judgment was that she was seeking in this motion.
She's seeking it, but she's not entitled to what she's asking for. Here's what happened. The case went all the way up to the Arizona Supreme Court. We won't get into the complexities of it all. It came back. She had 20 days to file an answer. She failed to do so. She defaulted. So anything she files after the default on Monday, March 25th is a nullity. So this document that she filed on Tuesday after she's lost her right to answer is just it's gobbledygook. It's nonsense. And it says all sorts of things that are simply not true.
And so this is civil court, not criminal, so she's not guilty of anything.
Correct.
But what does a default mean?
Excellent question. When a party defaults, like when a plaintiff sues a defendant fails to answer, they default. That means they don't get to file an answer, they don't get to contest the issues. And in fact, the court was very clear about it in this particular case. He put in a footnote, it is worth noting, pursuant to well-established Arizona law, a defaulted party loses all rights to try the merits of the cause of action, and then cited relevant Arizona law. She's done.
Is it a concession? That she defamed Stephen Richer?
Absolutely. It's a confession that she defamed Stephen Richer. She said the things that she said. She did it with intent, and she did it, most importantly, with malice.
With malice. Explain why that's important, because we've heard the First Amendment defense, political speech. You can say all kinds of things. There's a lot of latitude. How does the First Amendment play into this case, if at all?
It does play into this case. The First Amendment allows for free speech. What the First Amendment does not allow for is defamation, slander, libel, those kinds of things. And in this particular case, one of the things Mr. Richer had to prove was not just intent to say something bad about him, but that there was malice and that it was fraudulent, that it was false. She did that in spades. And sadly, after she defaulted, she's been on the air and in writing and on social media, again, saying, I meant to say the things I said, they were true, I'm just trying to cut to the chase.
You picked it up right where I was going. She said, quote, we're cutting to the chase, forcing Stephen Richer's lawyer to make his arguments for damages against Lake for having defamed him. In other words, now putting him on the defensive. Is that how the next phase of the trial, the case, is going to work?
Not to get too technical, but absolutely not. It will not work that way. She will not get discovery. She will not get disclosure, all the kinds of tools lawyers have to go and figure out what's going on in the other side's case. She's lost. So now the only thing that happens is Richer's team gets to determine damages. And that means they're the ones with the discovery. So, for example, they get to find out, who did you send these to? Who did your team send these to? They want to know how far you disseminated this. So they're the ones that get discovery. She does not.
And they can get her emails as well to find
absolutely.
Out what was, and text messages.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. They get all of that.
So what Judge Jay Adelman, who initially dismissed the case that went all the way up to the Supreme Court.
No, he didn't dismiss it, but go ahead.
Yeah, he didn't dismiss it. She appealed.
Yes.
She appealed. Thank you for that. Last week, it returned back to his court. What does he want to do next?
Well, he told them, look, this is a complicated case. Mr. Richer's entitled to discovery. You're not, Miss Lake. So I want you all to sit down and determine the scope of the discovery that Mr. Richer's team gets to take. They're a very sophisticated set of attorneys that are representing Mr. Richer. It's not just the local attorney, Dan Maynard, who's a highly regarded First Amendment lawyer and defamation lawyer. It's a bunch of lawyers from New York and Washington, D.C. who've been very successful in these kinds of cases so far.
So we're entering the damages phase, which will play out over the next several weeks, perhaps months. Months, you think?
Yes, sir.
Perhaps into the primary. Stephen Richer told me he would, quote, seek millions of dollars in damages. What does he have to do to prove damages, that he was harmed?
Well, there's a lot of it already in his complaint. One of the things that he needs to do is his team needs to put the complaint in the form of a judgment that will frame the discovery that he gets to do. And so one of them is malice and intent. So he's going to go out and get all of the showing all of the damage done to him. For example, the death threats. People have actually been convicted of felonies for the death threats that they've made against Stephen Richer. His family has been threatened. There is a lot out there about his reputational damage that will put this case well into the millions. Probably
well into the millions, you think?
Probably tens of millions.
What about punitive damages?
They're on the table too, because she's admitted her malice, and malice it's clear and convincing is the standard. The standard has already been met because she said, "Yeah, I did it," and she's still saying that she's doing it. She's got the IQ of an empty beer can if she's going out there and continuing to say these things in the public after she's admitted, I did all these things, I did them with intent, and I did them with malice.
All right, so you think this will go on for quite a few months?
Quite a few months. It was a bad strategy legally and a bad strategy politically.
Tom Ryan, have to end it there. Thanks so much for your insights.